What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Stokely Trades. So this channel will be a documentation of my trading journey, and it's going to include things like live trades, trade recaps, all that kind of stuff, and just so I can look back on it. So starting off, for this video, we're just going to do the prep work so I can have a plan for this week on what I need to see in order to take a trade and that type of stuff. So starting off, we're on Forex Factory. I don't trade Mondays, so doesn't really matter. We did have ISM manufacturing, came in higher. I will be looking at Jolt job opening tomorrow. If it does come in higher than expected, then I'm going to be bullish dollar, based on unemployment coming in at 4.4% when it came out. If it does come in lower, then I'll be bearish dollar, and then I'll be looking to take trades on euro and pound. And then on Wednesday, we also have ISM services. We have the monetary bank policy rate for euro and GBP, so I'm going to be looking at that. I'm still going to be bullish on both of them. It'll just depend on where I want it to go to in order for me to look for an entry. And then on Friday, we have consumer sentiment and inflation. But depending on the time, I'll probably be done trading. So that's for Forex. And then also we have earnings coming in. We have some pretty big companies reporting their earnings like Google and Amazon on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm going to be, depending on what those numbers come in at, I'm going to be looking for an entry to either short or long indices. All right, now that we looked at that, let's look at the pairs I'm going to be looking at for this week. So starting off, we're going to be looking at dollar. It did make a new low, so now we're in this leg, and I want it to come a little bit higher, depending on the day. So if we're still like around this area on Thursday and we're building a distribution, then I'm going to look for an entry to go lower, and then other than that, I'm just going to be waiting for it to go higher. So either come up higher, build a distribution so I can take it lower on this redistribution, or for it to come higher around the, I don't expect it to go this high, but maybe around the $9,900 mark. And then for, well, I guess higher time frame, I can explain. We are bearish from all the way up here at like around 110. We are technically in demand, but there's no economic reason for us to look for buys. So look for buys at least higher time frame for it to get up here. So it's either going to distribute on this lower time frame leg or come up here in this higher time frame, or it'd be intraday redistribution. And then it'd be the same thing on euro, except it's inversely correlated. So whatever I said for dollar, it's just I'm going to do the opposite on euro. So if we are around here on Thursday, and depending on the data, and it starts to show an accumulation, I'll look for buys. But other than that, I want it to come lower. We are in this lower time frame leg, and euro is leading. So since it didn't make a new low, I think it was right here from the 5th of November. It didn't make a new low, so it's leading, showing the strength of euro. And then same thing for the pound. I'm going to be looking for buys. I do want it to come lower, so I'm going to have alerts down here like the 1.34 mark. And then if it comes lower, then I'll be also looking for buys. If it does break this low, it doesn't really hold the leg. It is 4-hour time frame. This whole leg is from the 10th of January, so it can come lower. I just don't see a reason for it to, based on the data. And then the last forex pair that I'm going to be looking at is the Swiss franc. Same thing as the other ones. For USHF, it is the opposite, so buys here, but for USHF, I'm going to look for sells. And I want it to come lower like all the other ones. And until that, then there's really nothing for me to do. And then that's it for that. So let's move on to indices. So there is divergence between the S&P and NASDAQ. NASDAQ made a low, or it confirmed the distribution, and now we haven't made a new high. So I'm leaning bearish. I just needed to break something because right now we're just kind of stuck in between two order flow legs, and we have Asian highs on both the top and bottom. So if it does make a new high, then I'm gonna be looking for buys, and then if it breaks this low around 25,000, then I'm going to be looking for either continuation moves or a pullback. But until then, it either has to do one or the other, and I'm just going to sit back and wait. And then same thing for S&P. Depending if NASDAQ does break, because it's showing the weakness. If it does break, but the S&P doesn't, then I'm going to be using NASDAQ as correlating divergence to get an entry, since NASDAQ would be technically leading since it's at the top of the market cycle. And then that's it for that. Dow Jones is a little bit more simple. The only thing is, so it created distribution, and then almost redistributed. It just didn't create a new low. It is Asian lows, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind, and it did accumulate with the Asian low in mind, or intact. So if it does give me something up here, then I'm gonna put small risk to target the lows, but if it doesn't do anything, then I'm just gonna wait for it to, or if it doesn't give anything, I'm just gonna wait for a new low before being more aggressive with it. But that's it for my game plan for the week. It's pretty simple. It's just not really giving a direction yet. Same with like crypto. They haven't really broken any major lows, so I want to see that before I start being more aggressive with shorts. But yeah, that's it for this video. Leave a comment and subscribe. I'll make more videos, like daily recaps on what's going on in the market and if I take trades or not and what happens to those trades. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.